So for today's session, for this afternoon, we have Marcin Siewnicki, if I'm correct, if I speak it correctly. So he is the Office 365 consultant and solutions architect, and he's going to talk about the AI Builder 101. So take the floor, Marcin.
Okay, thank you. Now let's share the correct screen. Okay, so welcome everyone in this Global Power Platform Bootcamp in Singapore. Today I will talk about AI Builder 101. So it's an introduction session to AI Builder. My name is Marcin Siewnicki. I'm Microsoft 365 consultant, solution architect. I work in ISCG, a small company in Poland. I'm also one of SharePoint Saturday Wars organizer. My main area is Office 365, Microsoft 365 Teams, of course, SharePoint Online, because I'm a SharePoint guy. I've been working with SharePoint since 2006. And I'm also a big fan of automation and modern workplace, so that's why I will talk about AI Builder in Power Platform. So today I will show you a quick introduction to AI Builder, how I will show you how to build a custom model, how to train that custom model, and then later how to use this model in your Power App. I will focus on Power Apps, but you can use those models in Power Automate as well. And then a few words about licensing, because it's very important to understand how what you must buy to use AI Builder. Okay, quick agenda. What is AI Builder? I will show you features and models what you can use, and of course demos, because it's the most important, and at the end some limitations and licensing. So what is AI Builder? AI Builder brings capabilities that allows you to add intelligence to your apps. That's from the name. And even if you have no coding or data science skills, it's very important, because you don't need to code to use AI Builder. You don't need to understand data science on deep level to use that. What's inside? Before I switch to demo, we have 5 custom models, and these models you can train, and 9 pre-built models. These models are ready to use. You don't need to do anything, just go to Power Apps or Power Automate and use them. So for custom models, you have category classification. So you can use this to classify some kind of text to your business needs. Entity extraction, so extract. Oh, there's my mouse sign. Extract entities from your text. In example, find all cities in specific text. Form processing, so great model to process forms, invoices, etc. Object detection and detect objects from images. And prediction, predict something based on your historic data. And pre-built models, so ready to use. Business card reader, ready to use model to recognize all information from business cards. Category classification again, entity extraction again, but they are ready to use, trained by Microsoft, so we can't modify those categories. Key phrase extraction, so extract key phrases from given text. Text recognition, so recognize text from images. Receipt processing, so process your receipts. Language detections, so detect language from given text. Sentiment analysis, very interesting feature, so get sentiment from your analyzed text. Invoice processing, or process your invoices based on Microsoft trained model. And yes, switch to, before we go further, switch to this one. Make it a little bigger. So first, if we want to start with Power in AI Builder in Power Platform, we need to go to office.com, of course, and then to Power Apps portal. And in the left-hand menu, we have AI Builder, like a bigger section. And we have two sections here, build and models. In build, yes, I must create environment. This is first requirement. I must have already built database. I create that one. Yes. And again to build. And you can find there all models with some descriptions, and there are also some training, learning resources if you want to practice or to read and watch some information before you start. But you can go there, go, let's say, for key phrase extraction, and you can try out, use it in the flow, use it in the app. But we will go to models because I want to show how to build a model, because pre-built models, they are ready to use. You don't need to do anything, and you can't do anything with them. But custom models, you can create your own custom model and train that model with your own data. It's very important because you can provide your own data, not Microsoft based, but your. And I will create something fast because we don't have much time. Object detection, sports cars, and as you can see, you must provide at least 15 images of each object, because you can recognize multiple objects from one image. Now it will create our model. Okay. And first thing, we must create an object. For this, I will say car. You can create multiple objects, let's say bike, etc. But for each object, you must provide at least 15 images when you select that object. I will stick to one object, and then I must upload 15 images from my local storage, from SharePoint, or from Azure Blob Storage. AI Builder, 15 cars images, and upload. You can upload JPEG file, PNG, BMP, and one image can be up to 6 megabytes. If there's something wrong with your image, you will get the information and you must correct the image or upload a different one. Okay, done. And the most important part, I must go to every single image and tag, so select a car. This is car. If there's two cars, I can select two objects in one image. So it required some work, but I choose simple. Yes. So I must go through every image, mark car, select car. Quite simple, so it won't take much time. Yes, again. Next one. This is definitely a car. Come on. Five more to go. Okay, not this one. Okay, half of the car, but it would be enough. This one. This one and the last one. Okay, and done. And next, we must train our model. And it will take a while. Okay, as you can see, yeah, sports cars, they are in status training. It will take a few minutes. It depends on the objects of images, how many images have I uploaded, etc. So it will take a while. But fortunately, I trained my models yesterday with also cars. And when my model is trained, I must go and publish my model before I can use it. I can, of course, share my model with someone from my team, so they will be able to use that model as well. But okay, we trained our model. We can go now to Power Apps, create a Power App application, Canvas one, and try to use this in our Power App because it's the most important part. Yes, please, quick. Okay, and in Insert, there is an AI Builder section in your top menu. So you can insert object. So form processing object detector, I create object detector. I create model with object detector model. So I can click that one. Yes, and I can connect it with my one of my two trained objects, so trained models. So this is from yesterday, cars. Yes, and well, that's it. If I click play and upload, and there's okay, image with 3 cars. And boom, it recognized 3 cars, 1, 2, 3. Oh, and this is half, okay. But what we can do more, of course, I can get some data from this object detector. This is name of this object detector object. So if I type in items and grouped results, then I can go and add some fields, and I can choose from object count, tag name. Then it will show me that I have 3 objects, yeah, and 3 of them are cars. If I train my model with more tags, with more objects, so if there will be 2 cars, 1 bike, I will get those information in my table. This is a great example how with counting, because I will show you my yesterday's app with more models. We don't have much time to play with them and create them, but now I want to edit. But as you can see from Power Apps, it's very easy. If we have a model, simply drop insert object from menu, and it's ready to play. Yeah, it's use this AI Builder model behind it, and upload image, upload something that we provide, and analyze that object and get us some information about that. Yes, please. Come on. Okay. So this is the same sample with cars. I created also a model with wood logs because I wanted to try something new. So it takes more time. This one. So I created a model with wood logs, count 15 images with a lot of logs. And as you can see, I upload the image with track with logs, and it counts my object, my Power App counted all logs in that track. If I switch image to maybe this one. 37, quite accurate. So this is an example with the use case. So you can create an object detector and count objects, count bottles, objects in shops, in groceries, etc. The second, I think it's even more important because you can use form processor model to train, to upload invoices and recognize data from your invoices. It works the same if you want to train model with invoices. So I can go to form processing. Let's say invoices 2. But this time I need to only 5 documents, and this time training and selecting images is faster. I need to provide some fields. Let's say invoice number, subtotal, tax, because I know the invoice structure is faster. Table 1, let's say. Item, quantity, rate, and total. And here's new collection and add documents. The same method, but this time for lab invoice processing. I have 5 very in the same invoices with the same template, so it's easy to tag. And now the AI builder will analyze my invoices and then allow me to select objects, select data from these invoices. So it works the same, but with different type of data. Okay, it will take a while. It shouldn't take. This is the end. This is how it looks like from Power Apps. So I can insert AI Builder form processor, and then I can the same button upload my form, some kind of form. This is my test form. Okay, it should, yeah, and analyze my invoice and get the extract data from my invoice and put it in table and to my labels in Power Apps. So if I go to table, it looks the same. So it's form processor, this object inserted from many, and tables, and my table that I created in my object, in my model inside AI Builder. And here I can go and use form processor and fields, and I call that one vendor. This one is called build to, etc. So I can go and simply select the tag that I created inside my AI Builder. So yeah, this is my AI Builder. If I select this one as invoice number, so this invoice number, then I can use in my Power Apps Studio, invoice number. So names, tags from AI Builder will be available inside your Power Apps. This one, sorry, inside your Power Apps, so you can select a specific value from your that your AI Builder extracted from your invoice. So then I can use whatever I want. I can grab those data, save them in SharePoint list, maybe in some Dataverse, maybe in SQL Server, whatever I want, but I extracted those data. I can add some automation for that. So upload invoices to SharePoint, maybe take picture of your invoice and extract or required data in your phone. But you can do whatever you want. First, you must build a model and train model and use it in your power-ups. And the third quick demo I want to show you is how to use, because those two, invoices and cars and logs, I had to train my model. I must create model, train it with my own data. But how to use these pre-built models inside your power-ups? Well, this is an input text. And then I want to use maybe some hello. Okay. And then if I want to use any pre-built functions, pre-built models inside my power-ups, I must type AI builder. And then I can choose what I want, one dot. So I can use analyze sentiment, categorize text, detect language, extract key phrases, extract text entities. So first I would like to detect language. This is text input, sorry. Text input 1, text. And then I would want support language. If I hit play, this is EN for English. If I type something in Polish, yeah, this is PL. This is definitely good morning in Polish, so yeah, it works. And then the second, I can use the same. If I type analyze sentiment, so it was the same. It's a function. I must provide the text input for it, and then the value that I want, that I need to get in my library. So I can get sentence, document score, or sentiment. Sentiment, it's neutral, but if I type something, it should be positive true, or negative. Yeah, so it's a good idea to test or check sentiment of your emails from customers and probably do something with negative emails or something like that. So as you see, you can very quickly, you don't need to code anything. You can use your AI builder models inside Power Apps. You can use it almost the same way in Power Automate, but with Power Automate actions. So there's more to work and create some automation. But if I go back to my I close that one. To my models, if I go to my sports cars are already trained. There's a performance scores. It's 100, but because I used very high quality images and only 15, it's not realistic. So if you so you should train your model with more and more data. Also, you should consider to train it every week, every month with new set of data to keep your model up to date and to make it more accurate. Because with 15 images, it's based only on 15 images. So for cars, it's okay, but for complex objects, it may be not okay. So you should consider training in periods your model, update your model with new data, new invoice types, etc. So keep it in mind that's not only train at the beginning and it will work forever with highest accuracy. No, you should train it and you should consider to retrain it every period, every cycle. Okay, so I switch back to use cases. So invoices, it's nice. It's a good idea to create very quick, very simple power-ups to process your invoices with your AI model, vehicle maintenance, maybe some forms to analyze, to extract text from forms, image classifications as well, product placement, because you can take pictures of shelves in your store and analyze objects on that store, count objects, etc. Find specific brands. Support ticket analysis, of course, because you can analyze sentiment of customer email and do something. If it's negative, you can make it send it in specific path. And sentimental analysis you can use, of course, in every single text, every single process where you work with text, with emails, with documents, etc. And few words, we have 5 minutes, few words about licensing. It's very important to understand, because you can get trial version. It's not for free. It's not included in a single licensing model. So you can start with trial version for 30 days. It's a capacity add-on. So you pay for what you use in specific capacities. It's cost per $500 per unit. So you can buy units, 1 unit, 2 units, and pay it $500 per month per unit. And there's a calculator pay on a website. Come on, my mouse is not okay. Clear. So this calculator you can use to estimate more or less how many units you need. So if I want to use text sentiment analysis, maybe object detection. I want to detect how many images I will use. I want to process per month. Let's say 2,500. And how many models trainings? I will retrain it 15 times and calculate. I need 1 unit for $500 monthly fee. But if I want to use maybe 20,000 images, 2 units. And if I add some sentiment analysis for 45,000 text strings, then I must buy 1 additional unit. So I need 3 units per month. So you can go and roughly estimate how many units do you need. Of course, if you don't hit the limit, hit the wall, and use all your units, you can of course add and buy additional one. But it's a good idea to start with this page and try to estimate how many units do you need. Of course, it won't be 100% accurate, but because it's image, every image is different, every string is different. You can use short strings, longer strings, etc. But it will show you more or less how many units you need to buy. Okay, and at the end, before I go to questions, yeah, as I said, no code. You don't need to code anything. Just click through interface and create your model, train your model. We have predefined trained models, 9 currently. You can train your own custom model, so only training, so it's not really custom model. Really to using flows and power-ups. I show you power-ups, but you can use them in flows as well. Yeah, new features coming every few months, so it's updated. And yeah, at the end, you can't create model from scratch, so you can't create your own model that will do something else that those models know. And you can't modify it code inside. So custom model means that you can only train model with your own data, but you can't modify logic behind it. So use them as it is, but so probably it's a con for this, but you don't need to code. So it's definitely something good. So no deep modification, but no coding. Okay. Also, you can go to the website. There's a lab. You can download images and sample data and test. This is some homework for your weekend. And that's all from my side. Are there any questions?
Hi, Marcin. We have a question. So the question is, with image training, would any distortions or bias affect the model by processing the exact same image or marginal variants like zoom in or out multiple times or in a mass?
Multiple times, yes. On mass, not really. It's quite manual process, and it's manual process. You must select single object, and you can't speed it up too much. But yeah, zoom in, zoom out. Yes, it will help, and you will get better results.
Any more questions? So if you have any questions, you just type in here in the chat window. And thank you so much, Marcin, for your for your sessions for today. And that's how easy it is to infuse AI in your Power Platform. And also, thank you for the AI Builder Calculator that will help the business decide on with regards to the licensing.
Yes, thank you to Microsoft to provide it.
Yeah, I mean the okay. Okay. Up next, thank you so much, Marcin.